everyone, and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. We are going to be doing the Richmond Xfinity race today, the Talladega Xfinity race, and hopefully our Cup hot seat at Talladega. So we're going to get right underway here in Richmond. Last episode we had a few solid races. We almost got our first win in Bristol as we tried to move Daniel Hemrick, but we could not get the bump and run pulled off. It turned into a bump and none, but as we go green in Richmond, you see we have Daniel Hemrick right behind me. This time the roles reversed. He has a chance to move me out of the way, but I don't expect him to do anything like that because we do not have him as a rival or anything. We don't have any rivals at this point, which is pretty good. I'm hoping that we can continue that throughout the rest of the season because I really don't want rivals to experience that. In the last game, I had like 8 rivals at one point, and it was not fun. But at a turn 2, you see Hemrick, he's trying to look on the inside. I'm not going to let him have the line at the moment as we get into the back of Austin Cindric at a turn 4. Right off the bat, I was noticing that we did not have a lot of speed at this racetrack, and I was having a really tough time defending the bottom line as we drift up a little bit in turn 1. Out of turn 2, on the inside of the Lombard Bros car, Ryan C. going into turn 3, see if we can get clear of him as Hemrick once again tries to get on my inside as we get to the inside of Brandon Jones now. It really seems like the inside is really big at this racetrack, but now we come to just a few laps to go. In stage 1, I have worked my way up to P11 right behind 10th place, Ty Dillon, and he holds the last and first stage point right now as we get into the back of him, get him a little bit loose in turn 3. We have a little bit of damage on the front end, but it's not too severe as we got Ryan Truex, someone behind him trying to get under me. They just like to run that low line, like really low line when they're behind me for some reason. I don't really know why, but I just kind of need to keep defending that inside line as we come to the white flag in stage 1 behind Ty Dillon, see if we can get to him to get the last stage point. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, Brandon Jones looks like he might be making a move to the inside of someone. He's not going to get there as Cole Custer tries to get to my inside. Overshoot turn 3. Out of turn 4, this is not good. Oh, he's going to... Oh! It looked like he was ahead of me on my screen, but they gave me 11th anyways. Which is pretty good because now we're going to be restarting on the inside line, so hopefully we can gain some spots. Christopher Bell wins the stage, picks up another playoff point. He is gaining a lot of playoff points really fast. He's already like almost a championship 4 lock, and we're only like a quarter of the way through the season, but we are green and underway for stage 2. Behind Brandon Jones, we're going to give him a bump, and got to the inside there. Really slow in the restart, so I was not anticipating that. To the inside of Hemrick now. Behind our teammate Justin Allgaier, we got our legendary teammate Michael Annett on the outside of him as we make some contact with Hemrick out of turn 2. Through turns 3 and 4, we get up to P6 for the moment, which is pretty good. I honestly don't expect it to stay like this. I would expect to lose some ground here as we try to look under Michael Annett, but he's not going to allow that to happen. In the exit of turn 2, they are putting a gap between myself and him. Close it up through turns 3 and 4, but you'll just see on the exit, I just don't have a good exit right now as I have to block the 21 car. This blocking fest really isn't going to last long. I'm just going to have to let these guys through at one point. Priest now cleared by the 5. Priest actually might still be at his right rear going into turn 3, and now he's looking like he wants to get to the inside. There he goes, and now he goes back to the outside. Now we try to stick it under Paris. We do get to his left rear, a little bit of contact. That was a little ambitious of me. I might have wanted to kind of just ride behind him, and it didn't work at all, that move. And now Hemrick tries once again to send it up my inside. Like one time this race, it's going to happen where someone's going to try to do that, and I'm just going to cut down on them and get wrecked. But now we come to the last lap. In stage 2, we're running P12. Coming to the checkered, you see those guys all got past me. I couldn't do anything. At one point, I just kind of stopped being an idiot and let them kind of show their speed. So we fell back to 12th, and that's where we finished, and Christopher Bell picks up another playoff point. Alright, we're ready to go green behind Daniel Hemrick. green flag is out for the last stage in Richmond, right behind 21 and the 36 of Alex LeBay. We're going to go very aggressive here, and aggressive is in the wall.
Still there. Inside.
Out of turn 2, we didn't lose anything yet. I don't know who's on my inside right now, but we can just kind of not do that. We'll be okay. It's the 8 car with Tommy Joe Martins that was on my inside. You know, last game the outside could really work well on restarts in this game, but it did not work right there. Specifically at Richmond I'm talking about. Like, I would always run the outside. I would make it 3 wide quite often on the outside on a restart at Richmond. But we lose 2 spots out of this restart now behind Brandon Brown in the 86 car. And this was really right here the story of my race. We were just mediocre speed, and we couldn't really do anything as Brandon Brown forces it 3 wide. But it was a really big struggle this whole time, and I was just trying to hang on. I was aiming for a top 10. Obviously, you see the goal position is a top 10, but at this point in the race it was looking like we were not going to be able to do that as I tried to force the 3 wide under Tommy Joe and Daniel Hemrick. We are able to clear them both out of turn 2, which puts me back up to P12 behind Brandon Brown for P11, and we got our teammate Mike Lynette holding the 10th position at the moment in this race. Brandon Jones, he's got some speed. He was trying to pass me, but we have 19 laps to go at this point in the race. We were running P12, which is not very good. It seems like the short tracks are like kind of hard for me right now. Like Bristol, we ran really good, but like this track, I know Iowa is going to be a struggle now, but now we come to just 3 laps to go behind Ryan Truex. We've lost another spot. We're down to 13th, but that's really all that's happened. This has been a really clean race. Not a lot of contact. Everyone's just kind of, well, there's your contact, but other than that, nothing much has happened now as we hit 2 laps to go. I would really like to just get 1 more spot because, I mean, you always want to go for that extra spot if you can. We have a chance to pass Ryan Truex. Maybe if I can get close to his bumper going into turn 3, coming to the white flag this time. We're certainly close. Out of turn 4, he might be able to get closer. No, he's going to pull away. White flag in the air. Into turn 1, one final time. We are pretty close to his bumper. I might be able to give him a bump here in turn 3. Oh, well, that'll do it. I hit the wall. Someone has won. It's probably Christopher Bell. I tried to get to his bumper. I could not do it, so we're going to come out of turn 4, and we're going to bring the car home in P13 for Richmond. Not a very good race. Not a very good race at all. I mean, certainly could have been better. Maybe I should have used the setup, but I refuse to use any custom setups in career mode. I just don't think it is right because it makes it so easy. And Christopher Bell is your winner. He won every stage in the race, so another 7 playoff points to his name. And we are now 7th in the overall point standings in the playoffs. I'm not sure where we stand, but we'll find out in just a moment. But yeah, setups is a thing. Custom setups is a thing I would never use in career mode, simply because of how easy it makes the driving at some tracks. And I mean, if I'm going to use default setup, I need to use it everywhere, just to kind of make it fair. Because if I was to use a custom setup at maybe like Charlotte, I would just absolutely destroy everybody, and that's not what we want. No one wants to watch me win everything. And Spencer Gallagher, no need to be so aggressive out there. We're going to apologize. Ryan Truex, yeah, we'll apologize to him. And Ty Dillon, we are very close to having him as a rival, so we're definitely going to apologize to him right now. Alright, so next we do have Talladega. Is there a truck race? No, there's not a truck race. Next episode, I think we'll be doing my first truck race, but I won't be showing much of that. Alright, we get to choose our second team of our contact. And I think we're going to go Team Penske. So we got JRM, Team Penske. I don't know what my plans are for Xfinity yet when we get to Cup. I know what my plans are for trucks, but I can't tell you guys because it is going to be a part of a big feature in my career mode series. that I'm really excited for, but I just cannot tell you guys quite yet. But I will be making a video specifically on that in the near future, just to kind of have a little bit of input. But you see, we're 8th in the playoffs. And now we have Talladega. We're going to have 2 Talladega races. So we're going to get ready for this Xfinity race and see how we can do. This is a plate track, so I never qualify good on. I don't think anybody qualifies good on, even with a custom setup probably. But the green flag is out in Talladega. We start from P34. This outside line is not really going to move well once we get into turn 1 and 2. I know we're going to check up big time, so I'm kind of bracing for it. Yeah, here it comes right here. This is not actually okay. Now they're checking up big time. The inside line didn't go as well as they normally do, so we didn't really lose a lot. But I mean, you see there on the top left, we only have 5 laps to try and get myself in a good enough position to start the second stage. And right now we ride behind Chad Fincham in the number 40 car, right in front of Morgan Shepherd. That is not good when we have Morgan Shepherd pushing me. We need to get out of the outside line, but I mean, right now on the inside it's just completely taken up now, as we almost forced the 3 wide between the 40 and the 98, but I made a little bit of contact with the 98, which slowed my momentum. And now we come to just the last lap in stage 1. You see, we did gain about 10 spots. We got to the inside line, and now you see I kind of let off the throttle there to let my teammate Michael Annett pass me, simply because I do not want the outside line on the next restart. So we get 25th in stage 1. That was a pretty uneventful stage. We just kind of got to the bottom and ran the bottom, and then we got to P25, and your stage winner is Spencer Boyd. So a playoff point to him if he somehow makes the playoffs. Alright, we're ready to go green for stage 2. Right behind the number 15 of Joe Nemechek. One car already moving way outside. It looks like that might be Vinnie Miller, but this is once again a 5-lap stage. We're just going to ride the bottom. Look at this outside now. Thank goodness I let Michael Annett go, and someone kind of went from the outside into the bottom there, which kind of checked up our progress. On the inside kind of the Lombard Bros car. I think I've said Lombard Bros Gaming like 100 times already this season. We have seen this car quite a bit. Ryan Sieg in that 39. He's not in the playoffs, I don't think, right now. We'll check after. But I think they've got some work to do to make the playoffs now, as we still run behind the 15 of Joe Nemechek. You see Spencer Gallagher hung out to dry on the very far right. He is no help at all. I do see in the mirror there is one car that might help him, but we forced it 3 wide on Joe Nemechek as I get on the apron a little bit. But we did not suffer any consequences for that one as I go way under the line. Someone went way wide right there. It was like the 28 of Lupton now as we go to the inside of Joey Gacy. He gets the draft and is able to clear me, so we are now behind him. 51 of Clements, he's kind of just squeezing back in on the outside line now as we come to the last lap in stage 2. I was able to work myself into the top 10 on the inside of Brandon Jones there. Big run. It's just single file though from here to the front, so there's really nothing I can do except try to force myself to the inside of Ryan Reed, and that's exactly what I do. Not much of a hole to fit myself into, but we were able to get in there anyways. Coming through the tri-oval behind Alex LeBay, having a really good run. Coming to the checkered in stage 2, we're going to get P7, and I think Kaz Gralla is your stage winner. Cole Custer gets your final stage point, and Kaz Gralla indeed gets a playoff point for him. And here we are starting this final stage yet with 0 playoff points. Hopefully we can add 5 right here as the green flag is back out. We got one teammate right here, Justin Allgaier, with us as we get a really good restart on the inside of Alex LeBay. Nothing happening at the moment. The outside, I'm waiting for it. They are slowing up a little bit now. It seems like it's more eventful towards the mid-pack where the outside really doesn't go, but now we should be able to still gain a few spots out of this. We're passing Allgaier, we're passing Ross Chastain. In turn 3, Casgrala still leads. I think that is, actually I have no idea. Maybe that's Garrett Smithley in P2, but we've got Jeff Green right in front of me. We've got a lot of mid to back runners running in the top 3 or even top 5. We've got Ross Chastain on my outside. So we don't have a lot of big names up front. I wouldn't necessarily say Casgrala is a back runner, but he's certainly midfield. As we hit 13 laps to go, just riding in line. Ross Chastain still trying to make this outside work right beside me. Casgrala, he moves to the outside. That is not a good move. He is hung out by that red car up in front of me. We're just going to stick to the inside. You have your fun dropping back. And now they're slowing up a little bit. The 93 of Jeff Green, can he get the lead in Talladega? It's going to be his best chance to stay on this bottom line and maybe get that red car going into turn 1. Now as we come to just 3 laps to go, you see we're still on the inside line, but the outside line has started to prevail as Ty Dillon was able to get by me using that outside line. Justin Allgaier, he got to the lead, and now it's just me and Jeff Green, the only 2 guys that were in the top 4. We're the only ones that were still here from 5 laps ago. So he is still running P2, and he's trying to make a move on our teammate Justin Allgaier. And Allgaier, he's not going to defend at the moment. He's going to try and run that outside line, and I'm really struggling to get back up here as we make a little bit of contact with Watermelon Boy. Now behind Ty Dillon, he's thinking about coming down, but he's also thinking about helping Allgaier. He goes to the top as we get to the bottom of him. Side by side for the lead between Allgaier and Jeff Green. I'm just going to stick behind Ty Dillon. I could help my teammate Allgaier, but I'm not going to. I mean, the outside's kind of taken right now, and that's not Watermelon Boy. That's actually Garrett Smithley there in the 0. They run the same paint scheme for every car in that team. And look at this. We got Jeff Green moving up the track. We're coming to the white flag this time by. I don't know. I think I'd rather have Jeff Green win because he's probably not going to get top 20 in points and he won't make the playoffs. And Ty Dillon just about forced it up to the inside. He kind of got cut off as the white flag is out in Talladega. Allgaier still trying to make the outside work. I kind of want to help him and try to make it work, but Green is forced out to the outside. Ty Dillon to the inside to make a move for the lead on the white flag as we follow through. And Ty Dillon is pulling away. He has a big gap right now between himself and I. We got some help from Smithley. We try to pull the outside, maybe get that to work. It's not working. We're going to drop back to the bottom. I'm really trying to figure out if we can get that outside to work, but at this point it's no use. And Ty Dillon really is too far ahead. I don't think we're even going to get to his bumper by the checkered. Out of turn 4 one final time. We finished second in Bristol after trying to move Daniel Hemrick for the win, and it was unsuccessful. Now through the trioval, Ty Dillon not really blocking. He doesn't even need to block, but he pulls off the victory in Talladega, and we get another second place finish. And second place is not going to do it right now. We need to win to keep myself solidified in the playoffs. I mean, we're pretty good on points, but a win would just make it a lot better at this point. But we were close, but once again, we just could not pull it off. And now Ty Dillon, he has locked himself into the playoffs. I don't really like a full-time Cup driver being in the playoffs, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. We had the fastest lap of the race, but now Ty Dillon has a chance to compete for a championship in once we get to whatever race the playoffs start in Xfinity. I think it might be... I actually have no idea. We'll find out. I know it's 1.5 miles. Or maybe it's Richmond. It's something. But we're not really worried about that right now. We need to make sure we get ourselves in the playoffs. And we're at 99,000 fans, but that's about to change. We have now hit 100,000 fans for the first time when we have a message from Hemrick. 2 of them.
Hey, top 5. Way to go.
Wow, thank you.
You just proved that you belong out there today.
Thank you, Daniel. And we got John Hunter congratulating me on 100,000 fans now, as it is time to figure out what car we're driving in Cup. It is the 96 car. I don't know what the team name is, but yeah, we are driving that car, so let's see what we can do.
Stop at Talladega Superspeedway for today's running of the Geico 500. Talladega is 2.66 miles long, making it the longest track in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Its relatively wide layout also allows drivers to run in rows of 3, 4, and sometimes even 5 lanes. Such close-quarter racing is thrilling for us, but leaves them little time to react to any incident, raising the possibility of the big one. Who will stay out of trouble and make their way to victory lane today? Let's head down to the track and find out.
All right, we are ready to go green in the Geico 500 in Talladega. You see here we're starting in the back. I qualified last, but we're not starting last. We got William Byron sent to the back. And then number 96, so a Canadian drives this car in real life, and now they're subbing the Canadian out for the other Canadian that is hopefully going to be more successful in this race. We need a top 33, so hopefully we can pull a top 33 off. Right off the bat, you're noticing a speed difference. William Byron, we're just going to try and keep him behind me. Cody Ware, he lost a lot of ground. Look at the 24 losing a lot of ground, but we really need to stay with this draft. We only have 13 laps in this race. These hot seats are so, not really well done with the 3-star teams and 4-star teams. So hopefully that maybe gets fixed in a patch, because some players I know are going to really struggle with this. Because, I mean, you've seen me in Martinsville. I was like 20 mile an hour slower down the straightaway in the 47 car, so that was not very fun. Now as we have Cody Ware on my outside trying to pass me. He is easily passing me right now. Look at all the speed he has. We're going to have to try and get his draft or something. Pull up a little bit, try to get his draft. William Byron now going to go to my inside. This might have been a mistake. No, we're actually holding even now, and we actually are going to clear the 24 going into turn 3. We're running really good here. P38, really good start. Now as the race went on, we started closing in just a little bit on this draft. You see here the gap's just slowly starting to close as the 51 gets kind of just settles in behind. I think that is Ty Dillon in the 13 up there in front of him, as Brendan Conway on the outside in the 62 car. But we are gaining time, and once we get up here, I think we're just going to have to hug the bottom and hope for the best. But we were able to get up there now as we come to lap 8. You see I'm actually in my goal position. Like I said, we're just going to run the bottom, and it's exactly what we did. Coming to 4 laps to go at the line. Oh, I got on the apron. We're loose. We're okay. And there's smoke up ahead, and I'm in the back of the 18, and there's the spinner. And it looks like that was Stenhouse, I believe. So we got a caution. We actually had an AI crash, which doesn't happen as much in this game. But this might not be good, because we're starting P30 on the outside now, and I could easily fall out of the goal position simply because of the outside line. But we are green. It's going to be a 2-lap dash to the end of this race. I shouldn't do this, but this is incredibly illegal. But we're going to go and cut through the middle anyways before the line, simply because it's a hot seat, and I don't care at this point. We really need to complete this goal. If I stayed on the outside, we're probably going to finish like 35th. I think Ryan Newman's really hung out up there on the outside. He is dropping. Okay, we're in the back of the 8. Now the inside line doesn't want to go. Maybe I should have stayed on the outside. We're going to try and force it under the 8, and as soon as I try to go under him, he just pulls away, and now he's going up to help his teammate, Ryan Newman. No, he's going to fall back in behind Alex Bowman. I'm just going to stay right here behind Michael McDowell in the 34 Love's car. We're going to try and get under him a little bit, going through the trioval behind Jamie McMurray. McDowell clears me and gets back in line as we get on the apron again. White flag in the air. P29, we are 4 spots to the good. We just need to hang on for another 40 seconds or so. Inside of Ryan Newman, see if we can get P28 from him as we get down the back straightaway one final time. The 23 of Greg Galding has a run to my outside. Got help from Ty Dillon behind me. Now as we get closer on Ryan Newman, we go to the inside of Ryan Newman, get into the back of Daniel Hemrick, try to push him forwards. He is not going anywhere. Out of turn 4 one final time. We are in the spot we need. We are 4 spots to the good as we approach the trial. We're going to try and force the 3 wide, but as soon as I pull out, we lose ground. But that's fine because we are going to easily succeed in our top 33 goal, and we're going to finish 29th in Talladega. And your winner looks like it's either Truex or Denny Hamlin. We're about to find out who actually got the victory here as we check the finishing orders. So 29th, not bad. William Byron 37th, Stenhouse got last. Martin Truex is your winner. And now we got 17 points this season. I know hopefully next time we get a hot seat, it should be a 4-star team. We've done 3-star teams now, so we should get 4 next time. And I think our next hot seat might be Dover, and then after that we might not have another one until Michigan, and then I think we get one at Kentucky as well. So we'll see how those go, but yeah, we got the top 33. We got 28,000 fans. Yeah, nice job with that top 33. Thank you. And now we got some drivers. Paul Menard, you know, he's being nice. We're going to compliment him. William Byron, same thing. And then we got Trevor Bayne. Wow, he wants to thank us. Usually the new drivers are much more out of control. I remember him at Road America in Xfinity. Or no, Watkins Glen in Xfinity when he was just driving through everybody. But now we got Martinsville in trucks. We're going to do this race next episode, but it's just going to be like a recap, a very quick recap. And then we're going to be doing the Xfinity race. So yeah, let's check the point standings before we end the episode here. But if you like this video, comment, like, subscribe. Those would all be incredibly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching this video. We're 8th in the playoffs. Let's see if we can go into the next episode and get a victory. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you next time.